Warning. This video contains spoilers for the new games Pokemon X and Y on Nintendo 3DS. If you've not yet reached the point in the game that this video covers, proceed at your own risk. Pokemon rules. Hey everybody, welcome to the Dex X and Y vlog number 8. This is the 8th vlog in our series of however many this is going to end up being. We are pretty far...
Open-ended.
We are pretty far behind in the game.
What do you mean?
Like, I thought we were going to be farther by now.
There's a lot to talk about.
I know.
Lots of stuff to talk about.
And so we're going to keep doing it. We're going to keep on keeping on. Last time, we ended it at Coumarine City Gym.
Right.
Coumarine. We'll see. And we leave from the south. We come upon two aides of Professor Sycamore.
Yes.
Who are Sino and Dexio.
Who we've met before.
Dexio, who are hilarious.
We've met before.
We've talked about them before, haven't we?
Yeah. Yes.
And
today they're going to be in it a lot, which I'm happy about because this portion of the game, they really solidified their place in my heart.
The aides of the professor.
I didn't really care about them, and then all of a sudden, we'll get to it. Never mind.
Yeah, it's okay.
But I love them.
So you get your upgrade to your Pokédex gets upgraded and adds the Mountain Dex, which looks on my notes like it says Mountain Dew up until the very last second. And then they take off, and the Mountain Dex it's important to talk about this because it's first time this has happened where the different regions of the region actually have their own separate Pokédexes. Right.
Oh, we haven't talked about that before?
I don't know how in-depth we got.
Okay.
Just to give you some context, if you're not actually playing the game right now, there's 3 different sections of Kalos.
They all contain 100% different Pokemon.
Yeah.
You do not find the same Pokemon in a different region's dex, which is neat.
And it's cool because it's like, as you progress through the game, it's not like a bunch of repeats each time. It's like, just as you're getting used to one set of Pokemon, you go to this other place and there's a whole other one, just like they would be in the real world. Like
it's cool.
You wouldn't see like the same bird all over the country. It's like crazy.
Kind of. Dude.
Not really though. Like
crows. There's crows everywhere.
But sometimes
there's crows in your town.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a raven. Sometimes it's like not the same type of crow. It's not always a crow. I'm just saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like it's great to have that diversity. It's not just like, oh my god, I don't ever want to see another Rattata. Or another Bidoof, or another whatever. Like it's different the whole time. It's awesome, and they use analogs of Pokemon. Like in this area you get Bidoofs, in this area you get Zigzagoon or something like that.
Sure.
Cool. So that path leads to the Lumiose Badlands.
Ooh, it's a desert.
Yeah, it's like a cool desert outside of Lumiose City. I don't know if that corresponds to France because I'm an American and I'm ignorant to world geography. Roasted American education system. But it's a desert, and it's where the power plant is that powers all of Lumiose City.
Lumiose City.
Yeah.
Which is cool. There's a lot. The interesting thing about Lumiose Badlands that I want to touch on real quick is that there are multiple power plants, but you only get to go into one.
This is one of the weirdest things in the whole game right here. Look at this finger right here. This finger means uh-oh.
Well, there's there's a bunch of power plants. And there's a bunch of entrances to power plants.
It's like one plant, but there's a bunch of different parts of it.
Yeah, a bunch of different parts, a bunch of different entrances, and specifically these doors that are locked. And you only get to go into one with no other explanation on whether or not you can go into the other ones later.
It's like you need it. Well, we'll get there, but I'll...
You need a pass in order to get into it, but there's only one door that you can actually end up getting into. So what are these other doors for? When can we go into the other parts of the power plant? Because there's obviously other parts, and what is the deal there?
Hopefully, it's DLC, maybe not DLC in the way that, other companies do DLC, but maybe a situation where you get that item from your, Toys R Us or the internet or whatever, and then you can go there and get a legendary or something like that, or there's some more.
Well, there's a
Mega
theory.
Stones or something.
There is a theory that the what is that?
This?
Yeah.
It's a little mini Perrier.
Cute.
Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol designed the label for the new mini Perrier. I didn't even see
you have that.
I've had it. I love mineral water. Sorry.
Anyway, there's the theory that one of the that the power plants are powered by different things. One of them is wind, one of them is water, and one of them is
yeah, because the different if you look at it, it's different
styles of turbines
or
things like that. People are thinking that it's the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald trio, Groudon, Rayquaza, and Kyogre.
That would be awesome.
So, just putting that out there.
That'll blow my face away.
Be pretty cool.
Or even if it was just the other birds.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. I don't want to spoil too much about what I just said. Anyway, yeah, so we go through, and people are talking about how the power's out, and
Oh, but first let's talk about a little bit about how you have Pokemon encounters in the desert.
Oh, yeah, this is cool. Take it away.
Oh, okay. I was expecting you to start. Well, you can see these little dirt clouds, like Bugs Bunny coming after you. With every step you take, they get a little bit closer to you. There's only 3 Pokemon that appear in these dirt clouds. That's Dugtrio, Trapinch, and Gibble.
Gibble.
So, lots of kind of cool options here. Both Trapinch and Gibble evolve into, the cool dragons.
Both ground dragons.
Both cool dragons. And then Dugtrio, of course, which did make it a little bit annoying because some of the Dugtrio have
Arena Trap. Not a fun thing.
You have to fight them. But it was neat, and it was cool being like, I'm gonna run away, but yeah.
It reminded me of something, and I can't remember.
Of a different game?
Yeah, something in
Mystery
a game.
Dungeon?
No, not a Pokemon game. Like, I want to say it's like Mario or like something like that. Like some kind of platformer where they go under and then they pop up. Maybe Monster Hunter. I know it happens in Monster Hunter or something similar, but I don't think it's Monster Hunter that I'm thinking of. But maybe in the comments somebody will tell me. But it always was a thing that I was like, what the hell? But I didn't know what to Google. Whatever. So yeah, it's really cool. All those Pokemon are really useful. Like, you know what I mean? Like they'll be with you for a long time.
I finally broke my newbies only thing when I got my Trapinch. I was like,
you gonna do it?
I did
Trapinch in Gen 5 Part 2.
Yeah?
Yeah, I really...
Flygon's great. I love Flygon.
He looks really cool.
Yeah,
He's like a really cool little buddy. And that cool new desert town that I can't remember the name of, that's in Black and White 2.
The resort area?
It's like a desert town.
Desert resort.
No, it's like a desert town. It's like a town that's like adobe huts.
Right, yes.
It has a name. I can't remember what it is. Like a very orange town. And it has like really cool like...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Sort of Mexican sounding music, like guitar music.
Oh, shoot. And it's right by the mountain.
Yeah, see, whatever. It's okay. We all know it's a real place. Yeah, I was like...
It starts with an L.
Yeah, I was like, Trapinch is the Pokemon of this place. And I got one. Yeah, so that's that. And you run into the like typical like poor employee of the crime team guy. He's a grunt, and he lost his pass to the secret.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that there's always one that's like, I lost my pass.
Oh,
it's
God.
like a trope.
I hope a little boy doesn't find this and sneak into our business.
It happens every time, and I love it.
I feel like Bane from Batman 3, The Dark Knight Rises. I feel like he is like a Team Rocket leader or something. Like the way that he does his business, it like reminds me of Team Rocket.
That's very funny.
Anyway, he loses it. It's in the rock right next to him, stupidly, and we enter, and there's this weird situation with the scientists, who are all like kind of weirdly chill about it, but also like
they're like, oh, we're trapped. No, you can't defeat them. Yeah, oh, like, no, not you.
Like, they're like resigned to it, kind of. They're kind of like hanging out. Like they feel like they've been like a little Stockholm. You know what I mean?
Okay,
they're like kind of chill. I always thought I thought it was weird when I was in the game. It felt really weird, their tone of voice. I don't know. You fight your way through. You seem to like the music.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
The music in the power plant is awesome. If you cannot hear it, go take a listen.
Yeah.
I just made you choose that music for this vlog.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that.
Maybe just this part. I don't know. Who knows?
No,
it's here.
Don't make it too complicated.
But anyway, yeah, it's like a diamond shape. You just go, you fight a bunch of grunts, and then you get to the big baddies.
And they always do this too, where they have one that's like a character, and then there's one that's like just like a manager.
Boss man.
Yeah,
boss guy.
And admin, always.
Yeah, so we've got an admin, a Flare admin, and then we have, what's her name? Where is it?
Aliana.
I would have liked to see them a little earlier in the game.
I think that because of something that I'm not going to spoil about who is in charge of Team Flare, that it's not that weird that they don't show anyone else from Team Flare till right now. You know what I mean? Because you're supposed to kind of assume, I think.
Okay.
And so I think that that's what the situation is, in my opinion.
Anyway, I just thought that it was like weird. It felt like it took a long time to get to where Team Flare, you're finally going into their base. And then it felt kind of like the the first quarter of the game.
It's because of that
first,
giant gap between 1 and 2.
Yeah, the first third of the game feels very long, and then the last 2/3 of it feels like. So the pacing is a little bit strange, and I will give it that, or I will not give it that.
For me, it felt more realistic and more natural, and like more about like everything felt more motivated.
Okay.
Because like a lot of the story is about like finding out about Megstones, and then you're like, oh, what? I stumbled into another plan. Lada yada, lada yada yada, lada yada la. What? I don't even remember what I said.
I wasn't even listening.
But so you run into them, you battle them. It's weird. And then straight out of like Wonderful 101 or something like that for the Wii U, buy it. It's amazing. Comes
Sino and
Dexio, but
they're wearing masks and capes, and it's so cute.
Yeah, it's not Sino and Dexio. You're not supposed to know it's them. I forget what they call themselves.
The Defenders of Kalos.
The Defenders of Kalos, just like unnamed superheroes.
Yeah, just masked superheroes. It's obvious that it's them.
They're
It's so obvious. They're even like, it's not Sino and Dexio.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
They're dressed in like really Japanese looking like superhero outfits, almost like Gatchaman or something like that.
So
they
funny.
really truly do look like they're from the Wonderful 101.
They're so cute.
And it's great. It's
and
very
they're like,
funny.
oh, we're too late. Well, thank you for being a defender of Kalos. We will see you next time. It's so funny. It's so hilarious. Like, I didn't expect that from them.
I wish that I could not save the day so that I could see them try first.
Yeah.
Very, very funny. Very, like, delightful. Because they're always, like, weird. The aides to the professor, they always have, like, weird stuff to say. They always, like, meet you in a weird place. They, like, do weird things with you. This is by far the best one. I love it.
They're very cute.
I'm a huge superhero fan also, so.
It was just so unexpected because, like, so far they've just been, like, two nice guys.
There's no reason for them to do it.
Guy and girl. Like, two nice people that are like, hey, let's upgrade your decks. And then, like, suddenly they're like, we're also nighttime superhero vigilantes. And it's just like, wait, what?
Great.
Like, doesn't even have a lot to do with the plot.
I want to know, like, what else they're up to.
Yeah.
Like, what other, do they, like, stop purse snatchers?
Yeah, like, what do they do when they're not seeing you?
Yeah. Great.
I love them. They're two of my now favorite.
But yeah, so that ends, you meet them, that goes on, and then this weirdness. Because there's a giant silent man.
Well, after you've exited the power plant, you've saved the day.
You like, come down some stairs.
The scientists.
Oh, they're like, oh
like,
yeah,
yay!
Cool, you did it.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
Cool. You can get TM or whatever. But you leave and you're just about to go south to the next route.
Yeah, you like go down these stairs and you like get to like this like kind of like open expanse.
And there's a tall man with long white hair.
He's
just a giant. And when I first saw him, I was like, what? I've never seen anything like this.
They give you no context. They give you no explanation. He just looks like a 9 to 12 foot tall hobo.
Yeah, and then he's like says something mysterious about like a Pokemon that was given eternal life.
I imagine he says something different in Y.
Yeah.
Like I think he probably talks about, because we both played X. I think he probably said something about death in Y.
I don't know for sure because I haven't played it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he talks about a Pokemon that's been given eternal life and cannot die or whatever, and then he just kind of like stalks off, and you're left like.
Yeah, people are like,
what
the hell
happened? What is this? Like, because there's no mention of a tall giant man. Afterwards, there's like a lot of mentions of him, but like nobody is ever like.
You don't find out about him. You don't find out about him for a while.
Yeah.
Either. Like, you see him right now, and you're like, what the hell? And then he's just gone for a minute.
He just, like, walks off screen. You follow where he's, like, gone to. And you can talk to the people in that little, like, connector route. And they're like, the man wanders. He's been wandering for 3,000 years. No one knows anything about him. And I'm like, why not? If he's been here for 3,000 years.
Ask him.
Ask him.
Surely someone has walked up to him and asked him.
Yeah, but it was so out of nowhere, and it really surprised me in the game. So I think that was like very interesting for that to happen.
Absolutely. But yeah, that's about the end of where we.
Yeah, we're gonna leave that a mystery for now.
Yeah, we're gonna get back to that probably in like a couple episodes or so.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode. I'm not quite sure exactly how the game goes. It's been a while now that. It's been weeks and weeks. Yeah, all I'm doing is training my team up.
I'm playing Zelda.
Oh, Zelda. Oh, you are a perfect game, Zelda. Also, Mario is a 10 out of 10. If you guys haven't picked that up.
Nintendo's really hitting it out of the park.
Also, Tiny Brains. I got my code for Tiny Brains for PS4. Check that out.
Great.
It's killer.
Lots of product placement in this episode.
It's product placement based only on our own. Don't put that on.
Have you been to Union Bank?
Get out of here. Don't put things on the camera that we can't.
Okay.
They'll take us down. I don't know if Perrier will take us down. I like their stuff though, so don't take us down, Perrier. Let's move into the questions because you guys waited so patiently for it through all this BS that we're doing right now. You want to take the first one?
Sure.
Good luck with that.
Okay. So RS King Sam RS asks, if you were to become a Pokemon, which Pokemon do you think you would become? And I was like leaning because I had to read around the microphone.
Excuse me. Gosh, that was horrible. What Pokemon do I think I would become?
Yeah, if you could transform into a Pokemon.
I think I would probably...
Not like preference, if you think someone was bibbidi bobbidi boo and turned you into a Pokemon.
Like you turn into the Pokemon you seem most like.
Yeah.
What one is it? I think, based on what people have always said, that it would either be an Ursaring or an Electivire or... I don't even know. What do you think? What do you always say?
I think it'd be a Furret.
A Furret?
Mm-hmm.
You think I'd turn into a Furret?
Me.
Oh. Servine.
No.
Do the face. Yeah. Okay. Now you look at that. You look at that face, and you tell me that she's not gonna morph into a Servine.
Yeah, but I'm more Furret. I'm like, ah.
But you are tiny compared to Furret.
No, I'm not.
Furret's like.
I'm taller than Furret.
No, you're not.
Yeah, I am. He's 5'10". I'm a little shorter than
See?
Furret. But that's head to tail.
He probably weighs a ton at least.
He does not weigh a ton. The weights of Pokemon are so messed up.
Okay, don't worry
Weights
about
and heights. See, we shouldn't talk about that.
What do you think I would turn into? Because I said you would turn into a Servine, and that's unfair if you don't get to say what I would turn into.
I think you would turn into Slowpoke.
I'm honored.
I'm trying to think. Just based on your personality and stuff.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Come on, just throw it.
Well, I said in that one Dex episode, Stoutland.
Stoutland.
Because he's justified.
Yeah.
You have a good sense of justice.
All right.
And just a long flowing beard.
I'll take it.
That's nice.
Let's move on. Sankar Prime 3 days ago. That's irrelevant. Sankar Prime. If you guys could add one feature to the next Pokemon game each, what would they be and why? I know what I'm going to say. You say what you're going to say.
Oh, gosh, but I don't even know what I'm going to say yet.
I'll say what I'm going to say then.
All right.
I want there to be a thing that is extra part of the battle thing, of the battle menu that you get when you beat the game, where it tells you what type you are. It tells you what type your enemy is, and it tells you what attacks that you have are super effective and what attacks that you have are not very effective. That is what I want. It would change battling. It would eliminate a lot of messiness in the game. There's a lot of Pokemon. I understand that it's part of becoming a trainer is learning the types, but I know the types. I know them well, and you guys don't let me forget any mistake that I ever make. And I know that it gets to you. And I'm telling you right now, I would make less and I would learn more. I would be more visually aware of what types Pokemon are if it ever told me. For example, somebody what's his name? The thing that Skorupi evolves into.
Drapion?
Drapion, okay? What type is it?
Poison Dark.
Poison Dark, right? That's correct. But sometimes I think he's Steel type for some reason. Sometimes I think he's got a Ground type on him for some reason. And I don't know why I think that. But I know that he's Poison Dark. But sometimes in my brain, when I'm on autopilot trying to battle, it happens. And I'm like, why doesn't it just say? Why doesn't it just say? It would save. It would still make everything be about skill in battling, really. Mm-hmm. And that's it. It would just make the game better and easier to play. That's it.
All right.
I know a lot of people disagree, but I'm very passionate about this.
I'm one of them.
What would you add to the game?
I would bring back Pokemon following you. I don't understand why that
what the hell?
was just taken out.
I guess
loved having my Pokemon follow me.
I think it was probably just literally technical.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I want to interact with more Pokemon in the world because there wasn't really a whole lot of that, and there never was, but there was a little bit more in X and Y. When you go into Lumio City and there's a little lion guy, Litleo.
Yeah.
There's a little Litleo walking around, and you walk up to him, and then he sits and looks at you, and it's very cute. I want more Pokemon in the overworld, in general.
Yeah.
All the time.
along those lines, if you look at a lot of the old like concept art for Pokemon, if you look at the original drawings and sketches, there's a lot more stuff about like Pokemon like doing things in the world. And I know that they're supposed to be doing things in the world, but it'd be cool if like you went into a shop and there's like the guy and he looks a certain way. And this is almost like a Zelda sensibility, but like if there was a guy and he looked a certain way, like say he's like fat and mean looking, and then he's got like an Explode sitting right there on the counter with him who's like big, and it goes like Explode, and you're just like, this is funny because it's like this guy looks like.
And you buy something and Explode like goes and gets it off the shelf.
Yeah, like
that'd be cute.
More stuff with Pokemon, people interacting.
People
with
and Pokemon together, because that's like the real heart of the game is like the relationship between people and Pokemon.
I'm tired of just like beep 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 beep.
Yeah, they just like say their names at you. Like,
that doesn't matter. But yeah, let's get that going. Let's put this stuff on the menu. Right. Even if what if it was just after the game? After you beat the game,
I think if there was like a chart that you could access it like from the menu, that would be fine.
That would be fine. It's just a more cumbersome version of what I'm talking about, in my opinion.
All right.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Anyway, your question next. Take it away.
All right. This is from Metal Snake Zero, and it says,
Cool name, bro. Love Snake.
Yeah.
Go.
What is the one thing about the Pokemon world you feel should be better explained? Thanks, and keep up the good work.
Well, you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right.
The one thing about the Pokemon world I wish could be better explained is how far. When did Pokemon come? I sounded like an idiot when I said that, but like
the history of Pokemon.
But like the history of how Pokemon appeared on the Earth, and like because we have lots of weird conflicting stories about it. We have like the Sinnoh myths, and then we have like other things, and then sometimes the Pokedex says like 3 millions of years ago, and it's just like, so when did Pokemon actually come, and how sentient are they? I just want a little more information about like
if there was
what the heck is this?
If there was one thing that, and I think that my answer is going to be the same, but the thing that I want from Nintendo, what I want them to make is something similar to the
Hyrule Historia?
Yeah, the Hyrule Historia, but for Pokemon. It wouldn't take that much time. Like, it would make a buttload of money. I'm sure it might even be coming down the line right now.
I just want to know, like, what order the games happen in, too.
Yeah, I just want to get a little bit more of a definitive answers about some science stuff, some magic stuff, like what the deal is with Pokemon, what the deal is with, like, space and Pokemon. All kinds of stuff like that would be...
Who was telling me? Somebody was telling me recently, like, Pokemon are just magical creatures. Like, they are, like, mages.
That's what I think. Well, I mean... I personally think that they're like a alien that is.
I do think,
that might
yeah.
as well.
But we don't know. Is the huge thing. It's like we don't really know.
The main thing that
the world is like.
The main thing that I think is that they are here for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just want to know why Pokemon are here and when they got here and what the actual like relationship is.
Yeah.
So
that's that. And the last question. Thank you, Metal Snake Zero. The last question comes from Alex King, who asks, guys!
I know someone named Alex King.
Maybe it's your friend Alex King.
No, he lives in New Zealand, and this one lives in America.
Oh, well.
That's my brother's friend, actually.
Maybe he moved to New Zealand.
I don't think he did.
All right, well,
I saw him, like, recently.
All right, well, this Alex King is cooler anyway. So,
yeah, it's true.
Guys, do you have a P.O. box or a postal address?
Oh.
I'd love to send a letter or something. A bit hard to send other things since I live in New Zealand and I'm a poor student, though I definitely send some more if I could. Don't worry about that. I'll tell you right now, our good buddy Gerard, the completionist, over at That One Video Gamer, we are a That One Video Gamer family show, and he has a P.O. box, and it's just as good for us as it is for him. It's going to show up on the screen as I say it. It's going to be P.O. Box 2909 in Palos Verdes Peninsula, California 90274. So that's where you want to send stuff. It's a P.O. box, so you can send anything you want. Just make sure you write on it like for Alex and Kells from the Dex or something along those lines.
I would love to get letters.
Yeah, just letters alone would be awesome just to hear back. And we'd absolutely do some sort of mailbag.
Of course.
Video.
In case you're wondering, that's where you do it.
Yeah, we would absolutely do it. So if you want to send us something, you can always send us a letter at our email address, or on Facebook or whatever you want to do. On
the Dex Facebook.
Yeah, on Dex Facebook.
If you don't know about that.
And the facebook.com/TheNationalDex. But yeah, if you want to send us something physically, it's always like something magical to open a letter from somebody that's real. So if you want to do that, send it to P.O. Box 2909, Palos Verdes Peninsula, California 90274. And that's how it's done. So that's that for today. That was a pretty fun little vlog, right? So I've been Alex.
I'm Pokekills.
And we'll see you next week for number 9. Bye.
Yeah, bye.